Hello, welcome. My name is Tracy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Central Victoria, Australia. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we are making this gorgeous little Halloween treat. It's using the Monster Bash Designer Series paper. There is no stamping and it's a really quick and easy project. So the supplies needed for this class is the Monster Bash Designer Series paper. We have a piece of black cardstock. And I've also got, this is just a scrap piece that I've cut the little jar of eyeballs out. And I think this one we're going to do the bones just because it's so cute. We have the Stylish Scrolls embossing folder. We're using the 1 inch and the 3/4 inch circle punch. I have a paper crimper. This is an old one. I think I've had this for at least 20 years. I'm not sure where you get them from. I think I got this from a craft store or a cheap store, so it's just something that I've had for a long time. I have some silver metallic thread, and I'm also using just some scraps of Pumpkin Pie and Daffodil Delight. Now I keep my scraps in these little envelopes, plastic envelopes, and rather than getting a new piece of cardstock out, these come in handy so often that this has saved me a lot of paper as well. Now you might be wondering what I've put inside. Inside I have 2 little Kinder chocolates. So just these ones here, little bars. They come in a packet and I thought these would make a really great treat. So let's start off by making the candy wrapper. I'm going to bring the Stampin' Trimmer in because we want to do our scoring of the treat holder. Now the Designer Series paper measures 5 1/8 by 4 1/2. Now the 4 1/2 is across, 5 1/8 is goes downwards, and you want to make sure that you orientate it that way so your pictures, if it's directional pictures, are up the right way. So we're going to pop this into the Stampin' Trimmer, and we want to, on the 4 1/2 inch side, score at 3/4 on each side. Turning it around the other way and scoring at 3/4. Then we're going to score on the 5 1/8 inch side at 1 3/8. One and 7/8. Three and 1/4, and 3 3/4. Now all the measurements and supplies can be found over my blog, so check that out if you didn't get to quite write them down. So then we have this already scored. What I want to do is I want to bring that paper trimmer in, and I want to pop the paper crimper in these edges here on the sides where we've done it 3/4. So let's just try and pop that through. If you don't have one of these, it doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be done. I just thought it gave it a really nice effect. I'm going to take it up to that score line. Yep. Which gives it a really great effect. Doesn't that look good? It looks like it's been bought in the shops. Let's do the other side as well. You almost need 3 hands sometimes. Okay, so that's given me a really great detail on both sides. I'm going to bring the bone folder in and just score on those score lines. You can even use your finger because it's Designer Series paper. You don't have to use the bone folder, but and the last one. Beautiful. So let's pop our little chocolates in. Make sure that fits really well. Now for our adhesive, I'm using some tear and tape, and for that we want to place some tear and tape on one edge. Let's go the bottom edge. So now let's do the top edge. So at the top. think it really matters, but so let's run just the length along the top. And we also want to place a length along this bottom one as well. They're going to attach the treat side together. Okay, let's stick our treats in. And I want to take all our backings off. And we're just going to line the edges up and stick it straight down. And for our edges, just placing them down. And if you run your finger along up into that score line, that gives it a really great definition there as well. And because we've pressed down so hard, I have gotten rid of some of that gorgeous crimping down. I don't know whether it'll let me put it through again. We can do it slightly, so let's do the other side. Yeah, that looks a little bit better, doesn't it? Okay, so our decoration, we have that basic black piece. I'm going to pop that in the Stylish Scrolls embossing folder, run that through the Big Shot, and I'll be back in a minute. And that gives such a lovely detail, look at that. And the other side has the raised edging. And all I'm going to do is just place that around the holder, giving myself those edges with just pinching it with my fingers. And then I can take it off and use the bone folder to give those nice crisp edges. Securing this with some tear and tape as well. Tear and tape is one of my favourite adhesives. There's just a little strip there, and closing it up. Oh, that is so sweet. Okay, so let's bring our little punches in. Now our 3/4 inch, we need some Daffodil Delight cardstock. Let's just find a, there we go. Punch out a 3/4 inch circle. And then I'm going to bring some pumpkin pie in, and we need the 1 inch circle there. Now this Designer Series paper has lots and lots of different alternatives that you can stick on top, which I love that you can do this. I think I want the bones one, so I'm just going to fussy cut the jar of the bones. You've also got the skull right there. So just one pack of this Designer Series paper can make so many different things. It's a really beautiful Designer Series paper. And I think just with this Designer Series paper you could get away with making everything. You don't even need a stamp set if you didn't want to buy a stamp set. How cute is that? Okay, so we're going to bring some mini dimensionals in. To pop some of these up. Sticking the Daffodil Delight over the pumpkin pie. And then I also want to stick some dimensionals on the back of that to stick this silver foil down. That just adheres the silver foil down really well. I'm going to bring some Tombow glue in. I'm just going to pop that straight down with some Tombow glue rather than adding more dimension. I think I'll do 3 fingers for the loops. Actually, I think 2 fingers would be heaps. Let's go back and do 2. Like I said, we're going to take these backings off and attach the silver thread onto the dimensionals. So just like that, and that's going to go straight down on the holder. Okay, so what do you think of today's project? I hope you enjoy it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up, and I'd love it if you left me a comment. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, please do that. I would love to see you here regularly. And I'll be back on Thursday with another project for Halloween. So all this month of October is all Halloween projects. So I hope you're enjoying it. Okay, until next time, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye.